Welcome to another episode of Neverendingpanel.com. Tonight we have special guest Dino Andrade, voiceover actor from Call of Duty, World of Warcraft, Guitar Hero, also one-time voice of Pop. Of Snap, Crackle, and Pop, the TV commercials, animated TV commercials.
Pop was always my favorite.
Yes. Also the voice of Scarecrow in Batman, Arkham Asylum. Yes. But more importantly for tonight's panel, the founder of SoulGeek.com, a matchup service for geeks.
That's correct.
That's correct. Next to Dino Andrade is Michelle Pincus, Soul Geek fan and friend of Dino. Next to friend of Dino and friend of Michelle is friend of me and friend of everybody, Eitan Collin.
Except me, I don't
Except
know.
Dino. Next to Eitan is
damn you.
Soundman Tim Trepich. And I have no idea what the relationship to Soul Geek is other than we've done a panel and he knows lots of things about lots of things. Anyways, tonight's panel is called What Would Soul Geek, Who Would Soul Geek Hook Up? In the realm of science fiction. And so we wait with bated breath. We all had fish before we came here to find out who, in fact, Soul Geek would hook up.
That's actually true.
Well, okay, the obvious ones for me would be Peter Parker and Barbara Gordon. There's a couple of young geeks. By the same token, Jimmy Olsen and Kitty Pryde. Same deal.
Interesting.
Young geeks.
Redhead.
That assumes that all geeks get along no matter what.
Well,
Generally, yeah.
generally.
Okay, good. Just
You
saying.
know.
Just
I
asking.
mean,
There's
they will break up over the most insignificant things, but then they'll get back together again.
There's more common ground.
Got it.
There's more common
Okay,
ground.
okay.
Yeah. And since we've gone into seasons 8 and 9 and so on of Buffy into comics, we can bring in Angel. So I would say Angel and Vampirella would be a good because hey, you know,
Interesting.
they're both vampires
He has
who
done
battle
his
vampires. They've both been to hell. They both had relationships with humans who went on to do important things. Adam Van Helsing became a senator. Buffy is now the leader of the army of awakened slayers. And they were both created by Uber geeks, Joss Whedon and Forey Ackerman.
That is a great hookup.
So, you know,
On
those
paper,
were-
that one definitely you would, you know, that could go through like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, and you think, man, this is the couple, you know, this is marriage made in hell.
Oh, and because this is
Marriage made in hell.
Because
Come on, where's the love? Go ahead.
sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Because this is Gene Roddenberry's birthday.
Happy birthday.
We also have we would bring together Spock and Nurse Chapel.
Interesting.
No, never.
Very.
No.
The woman
Now-
speaks.
I'm just curious, like, where do
I
you see
know.
compatibility?
I despise the whole thing where she was macking after Spock. No, never. I will never let that happen. I will find every way to come between them.
Wait, how do you really feel about this hookup here, Michelle?
I'm not romantic with it. No.
Well, look, the founder of SoulGeek.com, who's obviously put some thought into this, thinks they'd be a good hookup. I'm just curious why you think it would be a good hookup, and you know why.
I mean, this guy is actually pretty much, if there's an expert in geeks hooking up,
It's him.
it's him.
All
I
right,
mean,
fine. I will
on the whole
listen to
planet.
your reasoning
Hold on.
before-
On the whole planet.
On the whole planet, 6 billion people. He might very well be the most expert person we've got
I just
on these
felt-
6 billion people for geeks hooking up, and he's saying,
It's a good
okay.
hookup.
I just felt
No pressure.
that the way Amanda was designed in the relationship between Amanda and Sarek, she was this very caring, caregiving,
Yet stoic.
motherly, yet stoic, regal type of figure, and in
Absolutely.
many ways, so was Nurse Chapel.
I completely
very much
buy
a
it.
caregiver. She was very much stand up for herself type of person.
So in
She
other words-
reminded me very much of Amanda. And
so in
I
other
could
words,
see-
Spock's going after mommy.
Of course, but who doesn't?
Okay, all right. I wasn't gonna go
Who
there.
doesn't go
I
after
wasn't
their
gonna
mom
go
in psycho?
there.
I'm saying you
Why
made
not
it that
go there?
obvious.
That's-
How can you
But
say
to
that?
Throw
me-
Freud into this panel. We should.
To me,
He said as
Nurse
Yoda.
Chapel could very much have been the Amanda to Spock's Sarek.
Totally agree. That's spot on. That resonates. Now, how are you going to argue with that?
I can't argue. I just really found her annoying, especially the one time in a mock time.
Look, Spock's no easy guy to live with. Trust me. Honey, you left
No
your stuff
Vulcan
all
is-
over the floor again.
Okay,
Clearly,
look,
I did.
every 7 years. Okay,
Yeah, come
what
on.
Vulcan would be that easy to live with? All right, think about that.
Not
okay?
only that,
However,
like
that
every time
one
you
week-
got into
that
an
one week
argument
period every 7
hysterical,
years.
he would not feel your feelings.
By the way, they can have sex between the 7 years. It's just they have to have sex every 7 years.
Again, I'm going for the funny. Listen, you can always never.
Besides,
never,
I love this.
Never
Besides, hold
skip
on.
the fun.
Besides, no, this is funny. Can you imagine sex with a Vulcan not on Ponfar? Oh yeah, baby. That's really good. That's the spot. Oh,
Sweetie,
oh,
can you put a little
oh.
more emotion into it?
Oh, non-existent
oh,
God.
God,
Oh,
oh, God,
non-existent
like
God. Oh, non-existent God.
You're ruining it for me, dear. I'm sorry. How would you like me to do it the next time? Yeah, you know, he can't be easy to live with. Yeah, so I'm thinking it's a good...
And I'm thinking a nurse might be able to put up with that.
That's true, because they deal with, like, impossible patients all the time. Yeah, all right. Have you been convinced, sort of? All right, moving on to other hookups. Who else?
Okay, I got since you are the expert on hookups, I got to ask you the great immortal question.
Okay.
Gilligan has to choose Ginger or Marianne.
Oh, has to be Marianne.
Has to be?
Has to be Marianne. She's so real. Ginger's just a Barbie doll.
Actually,
But Marianne is just, she's cute. She's cool. She's
But you know
a
what?
little brunette.
But think
It's just-
about this. Ginger
you're
is
saying-
used to
so
dealing
you're
with
s-
all these superficial Hollywood whatever types, and Gilligan is like, he hides nothing. He must be, he would probably be very refreshing for her.
Unless she does a Marilyn Monroe and end up with the professor.
well, actually, Ginger.
She would only do that like in public because she wanted to appear to look smart, even though she was, apparently wasn't, kind of thing. But on an island where nobody's watching, who would she really go with? That's what's an interesting question. Who would work best for her when she doesn't have to be, all that pretentious? Marianne? The expert says Marianne. Yes, go ahead.
Well, Ginger actually did go for the professor, and there was a couple of episodes where she made it very clear she preferred the professor, and she even tried to be his lab assistant in one episode and everything.
There you go.
Yeah, well,
Okay, I'm going to throw another one at
Go
you.
ahead, go
on the
ahead.
great immortal matchups.
Okay.
Archie, Betty, or Veronica?
Both. He gets both.
I'm with that.
But if he has to choose, if you ever have to make up your mind.
No, he has to have both of them. Because they
No, I'm asking the
All right.
Well,
You
again,
say
I'm
both,
going
I'm
for the
so-
brunette.
really.
Oh.
I'm going
So you're
for
saying
the
go
brunette.
for the money?
I'm going for the brunette, yep.
Fascinating. So, Veronica.
Cameraman Frank. Here, we got a question in the audience.
In Star Wars, who would you have hook up?
Okay.
The expert.
Well, you could kind of see Chewbacca with
Well,
one of the Wookiees. That would be
I was
pretty
just
funny.
going to say Yoda and one of the Ewoks.
Yeah, one of
Comes
the Ewoks.
immediately, again, going for the funny there. Yeah, I'll go. Okay, the Emperor and Darth Vader's mother-in-law. Somewhere, like some relative of Anakin Skywalker, so that every time the Emperor has to, it's this whole embarrassing, yes, Dad, kind of thing, that kind of comes in there, and this whole, just ruins his day that way.
That would do it.
It's like, yes, he's the Emperor and, father-in-law.
Yes, he's my Sith Lord and my father and my stepdad.
And my stepdad. Yeah,
I could handle him being the Sith Lord of the universe, but my stepdad.
That kind of thing,
Ed, here, you're on duty.
Does Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Common work?
Yes.
I don't even know what he just
you
said.
mean tuxedo mask?
Well, common is mask in Japanese.
Okay, well, I only saw the English versions, and yes, they do work.
Okay, so on that note, that nobody knows what anybody's talking about, we will end this Who Should Hook Up With Who as we unhook this episode of NeverendingPanel.com. Eitan, the closing.
The closing is, if there's some hookup that you think about which we should know, please get online and let us know down below.
Thank you very much for being with us on this special episode of NeverendingPanel.com. Thank you, Dino, for being with us.
Dino!
Geek expertise.
Glad to be here.
That's a wrap.